I'm Alan Colmes. I want to welcome broadcaster, filmmaker, provocateur Alex Jones. Alex Jones is well, he's been defined in many ways. Maybe I'll ask Alex how he defines himself. He hosts the Alex Jones Show, nationally syndicated. He's got InfoWars, online. That's one of his websites. How do you define yourself, Alex?
I'm somebody who wants freedom and who wants liberty. The easiest way is, I guess, a libertarian. And I don't want Wall Street and foreign offshore banks being able to continue to run our lives, and that's what they do. I mean, Carroll Quigley, in the 60s, Bill Clinton's mentor, wrote a 900-page book saying that international banks ran both parties and controlled this country, and laughed about it and said, but we keep the illusion of the two parties going. And so I'm trying to get past the puppets, the two parties, to real issues and real debates. And so that's really how I define myself, is somebody that wants to be free.
There have been a number of articles written lately in using your name and suggesting you're part of this new kind of fear-mongering that's caused certain horrible events to happen. For example, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, they did this piece, and they mentioned that you, in connection with the Poplawski killings in Pittsburgh, and it says that believing most media were covering up important events, that Poplawski turned to a far-right conspiracy website run by you, Alex Jones, a self-described documentarian with roots going back to the extremist militia movement of the early 1990s.
Yeah, let me be specific about that. The author of that, this Dennis B. Roddy, he has written not a retraction, but two separate articles going, we were wrong. Poplawski, actually, we found his real comments. He attacked Alex and said Alex was covering up for the Zionists and all this stuff.
Yeah, he was upset that you weren't anti-Semitic enough, apparently. But,
well, I mean, not enough. I mean, well, that was the ADL, and that was really wrong of the ADL, because I get a lot of attacks because I don't obsess on black, white, Catholic, Jew, Chinese, any of this stuff. I'm against corrupt. There's corrupt people in every group, and that's who I'm after. If I was going after the Italian mafia, it's nothing about Italians. But I mean, look, this is classic McCarthyism, but of a fake establishment, liberal type. And I'm not going to put up with it. Now listen, Dennis B. Roddy has now written another article. It's on the cover of Slate right now. It's an accused cop killer's politics, and he has fairly admitted that I'm not left or right. I had nothing to do with Poplawski, and the terrible thing he did. Police will tell you the most dangerous thing is a domestic dispute. And this guy's dogs were urinating all over the floor. He'd been drunk. He got in a few hours before. His mother woke him up at 7 a.m. said, get out of here. And he was certainly a screwball. And if you want to blame anybody, you blame him individually. I mean, I don't want to start, like if somebody kills their wife or their husband or a cop, let's not go in and go, oh, my God, there's Shakespeare. Or, look, there's a book by Alan Colmes. Or... I mean, it's
well, ridiculous. Like when they blew up the Oklahoma City building, the Murrah building, and they found out that this guy had the Turner Diaries in his car, and that became a big deal. William Pierce's book, The Turner Diaries, in this guy's car. I mean, is that relevant?
Oh no, wait, no, that's completely separate. If you believe that CIA narrative put out, and clearly I believe that was an inside job, and police and grand jurors and others are on record, state representatives there, and so people, my film Road to Tyranny, the 9/11, The Road to Tyranny, free on Google and YouTube, watch it, and I have the local newscast and the eyewitnesses about the bombs in the building. But if we believe the official story of that, yes, I mean, certainly the Turner Diaries calls for killing police. That's a neo-Nazi handbook written by the head of the National Alliance. So, yes, if I wrote books, about killing police and going out, but see, I call for nonviolence, unless people are trying to take us to FEMA camps or something. So again, instead of looking at what I say or what I do, the Southern Poverty Law Center went and fed the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette writer a line of baloney, and now Dennis B. Roddy has written 3 articles, 2 in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and 1 for Slate, basically saying I had nothing to do with this. So that's a done deal. But Alan, the most important thing here is that the country is collapsing financially under Bush, now into Obama, and there are going to be more. I mean, all of these shootings have been economically related. They've all been last shootings the last week.
But here's the deal, though. I mean, you, and I know you were very critical. You came on the show during the Bush years. You're very critical of Bush. So, you know, you're not taking a partisan stance here. I understand that. I understand that about you. I know you long enough to know that's the case. However, you know, the kind of stuff you talk about does instill fear in people. This idea, you know, the government's going to take our guns away, or the government is run by a bunch of bad guys who don't have our best interests at heart, and they've got these camps they're going to stick us in.
It is. I mean, it is. I mean, there's a bill introduced for these emergency camps. Google civilian inmate labor camp program. They had it classified for 10 years with prisoners on them. Now they've expanded to 24. You'll be at Army.mil. I mean, look, today I talked about pirates in the Gulf of Mexico who are killing families, stealing their boats. It's in local news, but never gets national news, and they call it an armed attack, not piracy. Now, if people don't go out in the Gulf of Mexico because they're scared, is that my fault for reading Texas newspaper articles?
But your premise is the government's bad. The government does not have our best interests at heart. The government was behind 9/11. The government was behind 9/11.
I mean, Alan, how many? Alan, you know about Operation Northwoods, the official U.S. government plan to stage 9/11 style attacks. ABC News, Baltimore Sun. I mean, am I not supposed to? I mean, look, there's an official Army manual, 2004, given to all Army captains that are in special ops on how to stage terror attacks.
Is there another side, though, to this than the side you give out? Is there another side to these stories? And are you steaming people up to have fear and trepidation?
I mean, Alan, in the Tuskegee experiment for 45 years, they knew black men had syphilis. They told them they were getting treatment and let them spread it everywhere and let them die of it. 4,000 plus U.S. foster children were radiated to death in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's declassified. I'm exposing this stuff so people get politically active.
Yeah. Look, I'm with you on some of the stuff. Agent Orange, Tuskegee. I'll go down the list.
Okay.
But is the government always bad? Is there another side?
No. The government's made up of the American people. And I'm saying there are elements in there that are out of control and dangerous. Sometimes they let terror attacks take place. Sometimes there's real attacks. My only issue is, look, Alan, I made the film The Obama Deception. Okay? It's free on Google, free on YouTube. Go to Infowars.com. Bottom of the right-hand page. It's posted there, the entire film for free, and it doesn't even attack Obama. It shows that Wall Street totally paid for this guy and McCain, and that he lied about hiring lobbyists, he lied about the wars, he lied about everything.
What do you mean lied about the wars? He never said we get out of Iraq originally. I mean,
no,
immediately. I wish we would.
I will bring out our combat forces immediately.
He said 16 months.
No. I have the video clip where he said immediately.
Well, I've heard him say during the campaign 16 months. I didn't hear him say immediately.
Well, now his advisors are saying permanent force there for another decade.
No, but combat troops out in 16 months is what he ran on during the campaign.
On the aircraft carrier, all combat operations are now effectively over in 2003.
Well, that's true, too. But Obama did say 16 months to end combat operations. You know, you have the 9/11 truthers are still around. You are kind of I don't know whether are you a figurehead or you're kind of like
I started it. I said they were going to blow up the World Trade Center.
And you know that they go around New York City. In a couple of cases, they followed me around and harassed me because I'm part of the evil media.
Well, Alan, let's be clear. We Are Change and 9/11 Truth and all these groups. I have trouble balancing my checkbook, so I'm not here.
I'm not accusing you of trying to
but I have told all these groups that I want them to go that I think they should go to press conferences, and I think they should go to public events.
Well, do you know that on 2 occasions I was followed down the street walking with my wife, and they wouldn't leave me alone?
Yes, I've seen the videos.
Is that right? Is that proper?
I think with thugs like Richard Pearl and people like John Yoo, who called for torture people and children in front of their parents, yes, I don't think it's proper with you. And I have said that on record, okay? So I have said that, I was bullhorning Keith Olbermann once, and I didn't know he was actually on stage on TV, and they said, please stop. And I said, okay, I like Keith, we'll quit. I mean, my whole issue is we're getting aggressive trying to get the information out, and this isn't, look, I talked to so many people who were, quote, liberals, and I said, look, Obama said he was against the bonuses for people, and then he signed an executive order just so they could get the bonuses, and he told Senator Dodd